Hello there! My name is Natalia Batista and I am a Swedish manga artist. I am the creator of the Swedish manga Meow and also A Song for a Leash, which is a yaoi manga. You can read it online if you Google A Song for a Leash. So I feel I wanted to make a screen toning tutorial about how one of the techniques I use when I do screen tones digitally. I've used a program called Cam Studio, so it's a little bit rough, so please bear with me. I'm just doing my best. Okay, so this is Photoshop. I did the screen tones I added it in Manga Studio, but I normally use Photoshop because I like the effects and techniques I can do in Photoshop more easily because I know the program. So that's why I'm using Photoshop. As you can see, I have added a lot of screen tones in different layers to make sure that they don't touch each other and affect each other. I've already started to like scratching and erasing a lot on this, but I'm going to do one of the pieces, the flowers up here, just to show you one of the techniques I like to do, which is the cross-hatching and the hatching. This cross-hatching technique is very effective to get a highlighted effect. I use eraser like this, and I also use it's very small. It needs to be 1 pixel or 2 pixels, so not more than 2 pixels. It's because when I do this, I do many thin lines on top of each other, and this technique is called cross-hatching. By using this technique, I can achieve a toned effect, like a graduation. Gradation from white, where I erase a lot, to the more darker parts where I don't erase that much. And this effect is very good, especially if you want something more organic, like this flower. So I try to make the petals more light on the tip of the petal, and the closer I get to the center of the flower, I stop doing so much lines. And I also, when I do these, I do them on top of each other like this, and then another one on top of them with another angle. And with this technique, as you can see, it becomes like a graduation. I can make it on the spot where I erase a lot. I get a more light highlighted spot, and when I erase much less on other parts, I get this gradation from the very light spot to the darkness of the leftover screen tones. And I do this because I want the flower petals to stick out from the page. So as you can see, by doing this, the tips of the petal actually looks like they have a lot more light on them because they are closer to the light source. This is very good to remember when you do screen tones, to remember where is the light source, and to try to remember that and to try to use that to your advantage when you do screen toning, to add in screen tones where there is a light source. And by doing this, you can actually create the effect of feeling like there is colors, or feeling like there is like tone or value or shape of stuff, just by erasing and not erasing. So as you can see, I do this cross-hatching, many lines one way, and then I change direction another way. And you don't have to be very careful or do this very carefully or perfect. It just needs to be some kind of scratching, because what you're imitating is the technique of scratching on the real screen tones. Because when you do real screen tones, you add a layer of like plastic film to your manuscript paper where you have inked the figures, the characters. And then you add the screen tone on top. And this screen tone paper have small ink dots on top of it, and you can actually scratch them away with your finger, the tip of your finger or the nail of your finger. But if you use a knife, a sharp-edged knife, you can control that scratching, and that's the same effect as I am imitating right now. I use digital tones because tones are really expensive, and also I'm pretty used to doing digital tones. So as long as I can do that, it's more comfortable for me. Also, the problem with real tones, there's a lot of pros and cons with real tones, but the problem with real tones is that there's sticky paper everywhere when you're done with them, So I normally just use them as a curiosity sometimes now and then. Mostly when I do my manga, I do digital screen tones. And I'll have to do another screen toning tutorial about how to what to do and not to do with screen tones. Because there's a lot of rules, and people who are beginners, as well as what I did in the beginning of my career of screen toning, I did a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes are easy to make. But this technique with the cross hatching is very effective on organic material, as I said. So when it comes to like more materials with with a better reflective light, if for example a plastic material, then you need to have sharp edges on the shades. But this material and clothes or jeans, for example, is very good with more scratched highlights. So this is very effective on clothes, on hair, and as well on these flowers, organic materials like this. And as you can see already, on both on the big picture and also on the navigator I have up in a big frame, you can see that the effect is already taking place. The flower that I have scratched on looks like it's sticking out from the paper compared to the other flowers. So this is very effective, and use it moderately. I'm almost done here, so we can see the full picture. I've done this technique as well on the hair, and you can see when I zoom out how that effect makes the whole of this character stick out. This is the character Julia from my comic Hearts of Midsummer. So it's a Swedish inspired manga. Midsummer is a Swedish tradition. It's a part of my studio's Nosebleed Studios anthology. And if you want to see more of Nosebleed Studio, please go check out our homepage. It's nosebleedstudio.com, and the book this manga is in this book. So please go check out the homepage and also see how you can buy the book or order the book online. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your screen toning.